Well, good morning. I'm just having a quick look at old Ben Nevis back there. Look, he looks a bit imposing this morning, doesn't he? Right, I'm just in Morrison's car park. I'm going to start the Great Glen Way. Now, I can't seem to find an official start place. There isn't a sculpture or a post anywhere. But two maps I've looked at says it's the other side of this hedge here. So I'll see if there's anything remotely admitting to being the start. If not, look, I'm in Fort William, so this is the official start. I'll see you in a bit. Well, there is an official start. Well done, map. Great Glen Ways. Yeah, and that's roughly it there, look. You can see Fort William. It runs along the Great Fault Line. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'll basically follow the canal, the Caledonian Canal, and then Loch Ness all the way to Inverness. And there's the car park other side of that hedge that I've just come out of. Right, let's get cracking. Well, I better tell you a little bit about the trail. I'm currently on the Great Glen Way, which runs from Fort William, where I left this morning. It's about 79, 80 mile to the northeast to Inverness. I'm currently following the Caledonian Canal. Now, if you don't know, the Caledonian Canal is mainly man-made, and it allowed boats back in the day to get from the west coast to the east coast at Inverness. They built a canal all the way to Loch Lochy, and then from Loch Lochy another intersection sort of thing to pick up Loch Ness, and then you can sail along Loch Ness to another canal that takes you down. So that's the Great Glen Way. It's on a natural fault line. You don't need to know all that, I don't suppose, but and I'm about, I don't know, 5 mile in maybe. So I've got about another 5 mile of this canal towpath to follow. It's lovely, well graded, it's easy. And then when I get to Great Lochy, I'll be walking at the side of Loch Lochy. The sun is trying to get up, but it's still a little bit cloudy. But it's breaking through in places, so with a bit of luck later on we'll get some good views, because there's some big mountains coming up. Hey. So I'm just arriving in Fort Augustus. It's been a long day. I was going to camp out a couple of miles before Fort Augustus, but the weather's turned pretty crap, as you can see, look. And Fort Augustus is a 34-mile day for me. But unbeknown to me, halfway up the loch this morning, there was a damn reroute. We've had to go. It took me this morning through Invergarry on the opposite side of the loch. God only knows how many miles I've walked. My feet are aching, so I've just literally got somewhere to stay for less than 80 quid, so I've took it, sod it. I'm going to get there. It's been a what, 12? Yeah, it's been over 12 hours today and I've barely stopped. So I'm going to chill out. I'm going to have a good hot shower, something to eat, and maybe even get a pint if this hotel's got a pint. Well, it looks kind of nice. I wonder how far my little hotel is from here. I might come back for a pint here. So we'll find out. Good morning. That's where I stayed last night, Morag's Lodge. I had a really good sleep actually. Really enjoyed my time in there, really chilled out. It was like a bunk dorm room type things, but I had a room to myself. I had a pick of 4 beds. Well, good morning. I've literally just left the lodge where I was staying last night, but I do have some news, and I thought I'd give it now because I've got a steep climb coming up in a bit and I'll be out of breath. I'm not far off Loch Ness. Loch Ness is just down there, so we'll get our first view of Loch Ness soon. Right, I mentioned in my last video the West Highland Way, and I think I mentioned it in this video that I was looking at getting finished in Inverness and then doing the John O'Groats Trail. Well, I've just had some news from home that my granddaughter plays for Bentley rugby team, rugby league, 14-year-olds, and they was playing at West Leeds yesterday. I know all this, and if they won the league. So they've had a fantastic season. They've won the league, they've won the Wakefield Cup, and they've won the Yorkshire Cup. I mean, triple champions, unbelievable. Absolutely fantastic. Well, I don't really have access to the fixture lists, and I thought they've got a couple of games left. Well, they don't. The last game of the season is next Saturday, and it's against our biggest rivals. I won't mention who they are because they're only girls, but the feisty games, let's just say that. We get left and right thrown in this game. It's a feisty game, and it'll be even more feisty next week because it's the last game of the season, and Bentley girls, we're still unbeaten. Now, this team are not going to want us to beat them next week and go the season unbeaten. So this is going to be a really feisty game, and I cannot wait. Honestly, I cannot wait for it. The John O'Groats Trail, that's still going to be there when I'm long and gone. But Saturday's going to be a special day, and I don't want to miss it. I want to be there. So yeah, I'll do the John O'Groats Trail later on. Roll on next Saturday. I can't wait, honestly I can't. Today, well, let me just fill you in on yesterday. If you remember, I mentioned that there was a big detour on the route. I went on the website last night to find out what the hell's going on. I didn't know about this. And it's a new route. They're doing some work to one of the locks, some hydroelectric power thing. I'm not sure exactly what it is. So the new route now takes you into Invergarry, and it's longer than the original, plus there's 2 big hills to climb like I mentioned. And this new route makes it 36 miles from the start to Fort Augustus, so I did 36 miles yesterday. No wonder my feet were sore. Now today I've got an easy enough day because I've decided I'm going to stay in Drumnadrochit. It's a place I've been to before when I went to see Urquhart Castle, and it's nice. So I'm going to spend the night in Drumnadrochit, and it's only 23 mile. And then tomorrow I'll leave in Drumnadrochit and it's only 20 mile to Inverness. So that's my plan. Drumnadrochit tonight, 23 mile hike, and Inverness the day after. It looks like it's going to be a cloudy day. I nearly walked right past it, look. Talking to the damn microphone, into the camera. That blue thing there, that marker post. Right, let's go. Well, this is where the trail splits apparently. I didn't know about this either. I'll go to the left, that's the high route, the Great Glen Way high route to Inverness, or I can go down there, which is the low route. I'm guessing there's going to be a bit more work to the high route, but I'm sure there'll be views up that way, so that's the way I'm going. Man, look at that bridge. That is gorgeous. I wonder how old that is. Right, I bet the people that built that are long gone. I've just arrived in Inverness and I'm going to see if I can find out how old that bridge is. And hopefully there's a cafe around the corner, I might get a coffee. Well, I've just left Inverness. That were a climb out, that. Had a nice breakfast. I was there about 40 minutes. I got sat talking to a couple from Australia. I was over here for a few weeks. Right, I think I've got about 17 mile left to get to Drumnadrochit, and it's nearly 12 o'clock. I need to start moving. I've been taking my time today, but I wasn't expecting it to be as hilly. I took the high route, which is hilly, and then in and out of Inverness. That's a climb as well. Look at this for a view though. This is gorgeous. Heard that. Loch Ness. And Inverness down there. Lovely. Here we go. 5 o'clock, Drumnadrochit. Time to check in. Whew, my feet. Okay, good morning. Looks like being a bit claggy today, so I'm not too hopeful of any long distance decent shots, but it is what it is. At least the rain's kept away. Right, I've just left Drumnadrochit. I've got 20 mile left to get me to Inverness, where I booked a room for tonight and a train for tomorrow morning. This first bit, I've got a 1200 foot climb in front of me, which is, I'd rather have it in the morning than later in the afternoon. So it is what it is. But don't sleep on this trail, guys. It's there's a lot of big climbs in this trail, a lot more on this trail than what there is on the West Highland Way. A lot more. But I'm not expecting any views, like I said, because the forecast is, well, I'll show you what, this is what I'm looking at now. This is Loch Ness, look, you can see how claggy it is. You see, so the cloud's really low. Yeah, it is what it is. Fun fact though, I was messing about last night on my phone. Loch Ness, there is more water in Loch Ness than the whole of the English lakes and ponds put together. Can you imagine that? That's something, isn't it? All the water in England, and this loch beats it all on its own. Blew me away, that. Right, I shall carry on. Hopefully there'll be just more shots of me opening and closing gates, I guess, and crossing bridges rather than nice long views, but we'll see, won't we? Well, a couple of guests. Red deer, I think they're red deer. Well, once again, I can only apologise for the weather, but it is out of my control. I've come up and over that climb. It were a good one. Really nice trail. Really fun, but there were no views. I mean, literally, it was down to. I've come down maybe 300 or 400 foot, and the views in the forest were maybe 50, 60 foot, if that. There were no views at all. I might not see Loch Ness again, because I'm working my way down now. Well, there's some cyclists coming. I've got about a mile, according to my map, in about a mile's time there's a campsite with a cafe, so we'll see how accurate my map is, and if it's open I might stop for a coffee because I'm in no rush now. But I do apologise, there's no views, it is what it is. That is looking good. Way up. I'm guessing it's up there then. Oh, we've got a chef. Alright, let's have a look. Ooh, our feet. Look at that business open as usual, big road sign. Oh dear. Oh, got this straw on the floor. Alright, let's have a look at this. Didn't bother. Wasn't really a cafe, it was more of a farm, a kitchen at a farm, an old farm. And you could order something, you had to ring a bell at a gate, a fence, and then they brought it to you, and you walk back down that kind of little trail and sat at some wooden benches that are covered in mist and dew and everything were wet. I'm like, I thought I could sit down in a warm cafe. Well, not so much warm, but dry cafe. Nope. Gave it a miss. Alright, I've got a 4-mile road walk now. Thankfully it's not a busy road, but as you can see, no views, still claggy, and it's quite level and flat now. I do enjoy walking through all these little birch woods, especially at this time of year when they're starting to change foliage. Lovely. Well, this is bringing back memories. I've not mentioned this before, but this is my third time staying in Inverness. I did the Loch Ness Marathon twice about 12-13 years ago, and that park over there was where the finishing line was. Well, the finishing line was there where those two people are walking the dog, roughly, and then you went and got changed and everything over in the park and got your medal and what have you. That brings back some painful memories. And there we have it. That is the official end of the Great Glen Way. Yeah. It's about 2 o'clock on my third day, and I'm going to find somewhere quiet and do a quick recap. It's the right side of the road here. Right, I finally found somewhere a little bit quieter away from the traffic. I've had to walk all the way back to this memorial, this First World War memorial, just to get a bit of quiet. But anyway, quick recap. I've just finished the trail, as you know. Absolutely loved it. Really did enjoy myself. But I really enjoyed coming into Inverness, sort of the back way. Like I said before, I've been here, this is my third time. But Inverness is gorgeous. You come, there's like a river walk as you're coming through the back. It's absolutely gorgeous, really lovely, peaceful. The trail is harder than what I thought, because there's a lot of climbing, especially if you take the upper route, the high routes, which I strongly recommend because they're really good. But other than that, the trail is really well marked, really well graded. It's really good. I can't fault it. I've really enjoyed it. I really have. So that's about it. I'm going home tomorrow for the rest of the week, and then hopefully next week I'll be able to start the Yorkshire Wolds Way. I've been meaning to do that for a while now, but I'm going to try and get it in next couple of weeks. As soon as I get a decent break in the weather, I'm off up there. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I shall catch you on the next one as usual. Thank you.